whenever I have headache or I'm feeling down or whatever, if my husband just puts his hand on my forehead and just, I just feel relieved. Like it be like it be like miracle, like saying be a ballist.
I go out often, more with my wife than I go out with my friends. My name is Eza Ikechukwu, and this is my wife. I'm an engineer, work in a telecom firm. So we actually provide network for you guys in Nigeria to make your calls. And
my name is Eza Elizabeth, Mrs. And he mentioned that I'm his wife. Yes, he's my husband. So I'm an event planner. I do event decoration, catering services. My brand name is house_of_Liz_events on IG. House of Liz Events. Basically, we've been married for 4 years now. 4 good years. Marriage, like it's been beautiful anyways, but to be honest, there has never been a major issue, so I don't think my marriage has been bad. Meeting my husband was like a blessing, because when I met him I was in my lowest of times, so Jehovah brought my husband to compensate me. I always call him my compensation, my divine compensation, because my brother, my eyes you have seen and my hair you have heard. So it's been amazing.
yeah, so actually, marriage has been very, very wonderful. It has been pretty wonderful. To my beautiful wife, because I used to be one before, but look at me now. My life has changed. I eat good food now. I have somebody to talk to every night, every morning. I have a beautiful child. Marriage comes with its challenges, but I think it has been good. So far, so good. Very, very good.
The biggest shock I found about my husband, you mean something I never knew before marrying my husband? Nothing, basically, to be honest. If I want to be really honest, nothing. To be honest, it wasn't as if me and my husband, we even did not really date as much before getting married. But I'm somebody that I usually not put my mind in too much expectations of somebody. And I'm somebody that is very open-minded. I don't even remember things. I don't even remember flaws most times. When you do me something or you do something to me, and I hear out what you did to me, and you tell me, oh, I'm sorry, and that's it. So I'm really finding it difficult to remember or to figure out something, because like you mentioned, obviously there might be something, but it mustn't be that big, because if it was big, it won't be difficult for me to remember that. So basically, I'm not being fake, or I'm not trying to hide anything. Basically, my husband is him. There's no cupboard or cockroach to the cupboard to my husband, to be honest.
One of the greatest shock, that I've found in marriages. She used to have a flat tummy, but now, no more flat tummy. And she always complains about it, but I told her she's dope like that. So she used to be a very slim lady before, and I never knew she's going to be, see, I've left her life to be able to be, to expatiate to the, biggest decimal point. So it's one of the it's a shock, It's a shock, So that's what's up.
I want to talk. I want to talk now. When you're dating a man, when you go to the house, like you visit your man now, and you're cooking in the kitchen, it's obvious that they want to do a schedule. My wife or my fiancé or my babe, you are cooking. Let me help you with this one now. Let me help you with that one. My sister, my brother, best friends. Do you know that after marriage, they will not do that for you? In fact, you'll be calling them, they'll be giving you an excuse. I'm watching ball. Please do it now. What do you want me to help you to do?
My wife, you
don't hear the proof. So it was a shock for me. Although I was expecting it, because I've been in a situation where I stayed with couples and I see how they behave. So I know my sister even used to tell me when I was still single that enjoy your husband when you're dating him because you enjoy him better when you're dating him. When you're married, they know they send you again. So, but being a Christian husband and wife doesn't be really bad. When I need assistance, if I still pressure and small, add pressure. They succumb sometimes. And then another thing that was a shock, or let me not call it a shock, because my husband naturally is a very untidy person. Like, hey, my husband fit come inside house, make he just comot cloth for parlour. He can just fling his clothes anywhere. But when we were dating, it wasn't really like that. Although I sensed it, but it wasn't so much like that. But being married, that convenience, that comfortability.
That's why the wife.
You see, the fact that he don't see you finish. So those are the little
The owners of the house.
that I can remember right now.
In every relationship or marriage, things like this, do occur. Sometimes they might want to jeopardize your plan that you guys have together. So, but I don't think there's any particular one that has actually affected us. I don't think there's any because I actually try to pursue some studies and to actually acquire more skills, and this require me trying to take money out of her purse, and I think my wife did not object. My wife did not object. My wife did not object to that. So I don't think there's any plan that we've had any individual plans so far that actually affected or put any strange in our marriage. That's been good so far, so good.
Just like my husband said, there has never been any of it that clashed with goals. First of all, one of the reasons why I married or accepted to marry my husband was because from the beginning we were always on the same page. We were always on the same page. Like if I was agreeing to A, my husband was agreeing to A. If he was agreeing to Z, I was also agreeing to Z. So that was one compatibility that made me say, yes, this is my husband. Prior to marrying my husband, I wished for somebody like that whenever I'm saying this, they understand me. You understand? So being married to my husband made it even better because we communicate a lot. We discuss before we decide on things. And then we weigh them. We are not the ambitious kind of couple or materialistic kind of couple where we put our hands on where we don't we are not able to do. We're always on our budget. So there's never been a time any of our dreams clashed on our marriage or anything like that, to be honest.
So basically, I think the advice I would give myself is to be a better man, to be a better husband, to be a better father to my children, to be a more responsible person. The thing is that for the fact that I'm married does not mean that I'm not prone to temptations or I'm not prone to behave like the once single person that I used to be before. You understand? So it's to keep on reminding myself, and that will be able to help me to build my family up, much more psychologically, physically, and to be kind of intentional about my family. You understand? Be more responsive and intentional about the feelings of your children and that of your wife, and that will help me to be able to improve and build more on the relationship and marriage. Because if I'm intentional about them, I will know their feelings, I will know their problem, and I will be able to know how to help them. You understand? And also to try as much as possible to also express my heart and feelings to my wife so that they can know where my pain is in, because men know how to hide feelings and our pains. But if I'm able to express my feelings to her, I'm able to get good advice from her, I'm able to get good solution for her, so I have to be able to solve my problem. For me, I 100% trust my wife. Naturally, yes. You understand? So basically, that thing that has actually tested is minding how we talk and how to settling disputes. Initially when we have issues, we tend to bottle it up, stay some days, maybe a day or two, before we reconcile, start talking. But now when we have issues, in a matter of hours, it's done and just no matter how difficult you start talking to each other. So I think that one thing is speech and how we talk to each other and how fast we're able to settle our disputes.
One of the things was my husband naturally is a very nonchalant person, especially when it comes to issues that has to do with me and outings. Like, take for example, if my husband has a outing, and he tells you, babe, be ready by 10 a.m. You must be ready that 10 a.m. As long as na your own outing. But when I have a outing and that outing is basically mine, my husband is really very nonchalant about it and it pisses me off a lot. Like, how can you want somebody to, respect your own thing when you are doing something, and then when it's somebody's turn, you don't do it. You don't give her that same energy. You know how it's like now when you are even ready by 1 o'clock, or it's being nonchalant or unserious about it. Yeah. Then another thing is communication. Oh God, when I got married to my husband don't sabi communicate at all. My husband fit carry matter wey he suppose tell me, go tell him sister. Like, those kind of things now makes you feel like wetin you want advice and wetin you know. I had to speak to my husband seriously about it because it was becoming too much. Sometimes you want to make a very big decision and I might find out through certain things, and I'll be like, guy, wait though. You never tell me this thing. My husband will be like, you don't tell me. I'll be like, you don't tell me, Ke. Maybe you tell, maybe not your sister. So in some cases like that, that's happened, and I had to talk to him about it. That guy, Oga, mind yourself. Not be your sister you married. So those are one of the things that clashed or made it really difficult. Communication. See, I am somebody that when I'm not good at, when I don't like a certain thing you are doing, I will call your attention to it. I might speak to you rudely, and I might speak to you calmly. Depends on the situation. But I shall not say I express myself give you. And whenever we communicate, there's one goal we used to have: settlements. I always ensure that we find solution to every communication we make. So communication has been the go-to thing for us. Whenever we communicate, we always have it in mind to always settle, no matter the communication you get. So that has been, that has been the best thing for us. We always communicate, and then at the end of every communication, conclude with settlements. So basically, I'm actually respectful to my husband. I'm submissive. Just that sometimes, to the light shower said. However, I try reason, and the reason wetin I want to, because guy, I be perfect wife. My husband said he has this. Although, as imperfect humans, there are several things that you will do wrong. And my husband is somebody that whenever you do something wrong, he's somebody that knows how to cover up. Doesn't complain all the time about certain things. So if peradventure you can just remind me of one thing that he wants me to, advise myself on, I think it's being speech, like you mentioned. Sometimes when I talk recklessly. And I don't even care sometimes how he feels about it and all. But after I'm done talking, I start to think about it and I'll be like, this thing what I do to this man. So, and because he's a quiet person, if not, for don't change him for him. So I think one of the things I would give myself, one of the advice is try to be slow to speaking and fast in listening rather. Basically, that's what I can think of for now.
I think I'm a kind of person that when you call me for something, I will listen to you, and I'll try as much as possible to work on it. And I wouldn't argue much, and that was it anyway. And we are cool. I think try to build each other spiritually. Um, Going out together always. You understand? Um, I I go out often more with my wife than I go out with my friends. Uh-huh. So that has been able to help us to be more of a friend than husband and wife. And spiritually wise, we complement each other. So this has been able to build us up well.
One of my love language is attention. I love attention a lot. It doesn't have to be in a very convenient place. You don't have to take me to Dubai. You don't even have to take me to a very nice or very beautiful restaurant before you can show how much you care about me or how much time you can give me. Just staying alone in the house with my husband or lying on the bed alone with my husband is it for me. I always, in fact, when we're dating, I always tell my husband that let's just go out. We don't have to buy drinks. Let's just stay there and look at ourselves. Even though we not get what we want to talk, we'll just dey see ourselves, they look at ourselves, they smile. I just love his company. Like it makes me so thin. Like when you are so full of anxieties or everything going on with the world, and then you have just that one person that can touch you or make you feel calm. There's one trick my husband has towards me, until today it works. Whenever I have headache or I'm feeling down or whatever, if my husband just puts his hand on my forehead and just I just feel relieved. Like it be like miracle, like saying be a ballist. So to be honest, I'm not really much of the demanding person. So these little things are what keeps me going, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be now me.
Clap for me.
Oga shift.